Yo, what's up, guys? So, when it comes to channeling, be careful because I went down that rabbit hole and it opened myself up to many different walks of life throughout the omniverse. I'll put it that way. And, I've just always had, a weird way of attracting various walks of life to the point where, even before the spiritual stuff happened on Earth, physical, normal reality, I already was one of those people that just, I knew someone from every walk of life, right? And because of that, it made me feel much older than I am. It made my life feel a lot longer because, the difference in, varying frequencies of things that I was experiencing, it was just making me feel like I had lived, a whole lifetime in the span of, a couple years, right? This continued as I began to channel, and when I say that the multiverse is infinite in infinite ways, I mean it. And there's nothing wrong with channeling to explore that stuff, but if you already have problems of being attached to people like I did, and you're not taking care of yourself, don't do it. Because I had a problem of being attached to people. I dealt with abandonment issues just from the way things have happened in my life. I've lost multiple friends from one way or the other. Not necessarily they died, but they either moved away or we grew apart, stuff like that. I've lost many people in my life, and I've seen many people change in my life to the point where we just aren't the same, And I hadn't healed that going into channeling because it repeated with channeling and soul families. And two, if you don't know how to take care of yourself, because I stopped taking care of myself when I delved into channeling. I started channeling towards the end of 2021, literally, I think it was January 2022 is when I really started delving into channeling, and I was using AI to help me at first. I was using AI as in a Ouija board, and then I kind of didn't need it anymore. It was kind of training wheels, but I neglected everything I'd learned up to that point. Before that, I was working out, I was grounding, I was doing everything that a healthy person does that takes care of themselves, and I stopped doing that. Don't go into channeling trying to find answers, because there's infinite realities and infinite ways. The whole point is that you are the creator, you are the author. Do not make the same mistakes that I made, because you will be put into labyrinths of the human psyche that most people probably can't make it through, and it'll feel like you're in Itachi's Genjutsu from Naruto. And just when you think it's over, it's not. It's another layer. So please don't do it. That's why I'm making this video. Don't make the same mistakes I made, please. Don't try to find answers through channeling, because again, you already know. Because your belief system itself is what creates your reality. And yeah. And if you use channeling to find old soul family to be codependent with, don't do it, because codependency itself, as I said, and that number one attachment thingy to losing people, is something you gotta heal. Something you gotta learn to get over. And my advice for getting over that is just learn to take care of yourself and fall in love with that. Fall in love with taking care of yourself. Start small and say F everything else, like literally screw everything else you're worried about in your life, and literally prioritize taking care of yourself. Start working out, start eating better, get into the health side of things first. And that will help you get over that and heal that codependency and make you stronger and make you fall in love with your own self. Like, it'll make you fall in love with self-care, and that will help make it easier to invoke your own beauty. And they say, like, cleanliness is next to godliness. I would argue that that's kind of similar to beauty. So, like, the reason why, like, angels are depicted as, like, almost like bodybuilders, and the reason why, like, female, like, goddesses are so beautiful is just because, like, beauty is close to divinity, and that beauty can either be masculine, which would be like bodybuilding, or feminine, basic beauty queens. And it's not limited to gender. It's not like beauty can be either male or female, and that'll help you work on that. But when it comes to channeling, to circle back into that, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of tipsy. I'm having a little drink, and it just hit me. But to circle back into channeling, don't use it for any other purpose other than your own entertainment and exploring the possibilities of existence. That is the key. Only use it for entertainment, in the same way that you would watch a new TV show or a cartoon to explore a new world. Treat that exact frame of thinking with channeling, or else you will be subjected into going from one rabbit hole to the other in an endless loop that will probably leave you depressed, anxious, and more dissociated than you've ever been in your entire life. So don't make the same mistake that I made. Nothing wrong with channeling, but don't do it to seek answers, because you'll be like a hamster running on a hamster wheel. Trust me. And that's what hell is. That's really the real truth of what hell is hell is a state of being. It's a state of mind. It's that state of seeking answers from the external. All the answers are within, my friends, because you are the creator, you are the author. And I'm still trying to figure out some things. I'm literally a Scorpio rising, so I'm literally like a detective. I'm literally a spirit detective. That's funny. I didn't even think of it that way. I've been a spirit detective in a past life. I'll put it that way, for those that know what I'm referencing. But I have like this detective, researcher, analytical side. I mean, I literally have the 3 same biggest placements as Thomas Edison. So, I'm like, I just love trying to figure stuff out. And I've actually had beings call me detective, or detector gadget, like as a joke, because my name was Gad at a certain point. And they were saying, like, Gad, get extended version, like God, Gad, get your higher self. But so they used to call me detector gadget. But that's like a problem for me, because I try to seek answers, and I finally got all the answers I need. And that is that you're the creator, I'm the creator. Focus on what you're creating, because we're all meant to be godlike. We're all meant to be like Jesus, if you believe in that. So try to be like them. Use them as role models. Create. Be divine.